got a lot on your plate. The kids, work, elderly parents, a pandemic, and then a friend messages you offloading their own problems. Would you ever consider telling them that you simply don't have the time or mental capacity to help? Now, one woman has prompted this debate. This is when she suggested that people should ask permission from their friends before going to them with emotional issues. So, Nadia, I can't imagine you ever doing this. You know, asking someone permission or expecting someone else to ask your permission before coming to you for help.
I'm so trying to stay balanced on this one, but I had such an intense response to this morning because I just got this sneaking dread that we're moving into a world that is so careful about everything that we're going to lose the very essence of what it is to be human, which is things happen, you react, you respond, and you don't go through a great long checklist before you do it. Can I just read something out here?
Yeah,
Just a template, because what you're talking about, isn't it, is about this researcher who has posted, I think on Twitter and Facebook, a thread that she had with her friend, and this is all about how you should respond if somebody has asked for your help. Hey, I'm so glad you reached out. I'm actually at capacity helping someone else who's in crisis, dealing with some personal stuff right now, and I don't think I can hold appropriate space for you. Could we connect at a later date or time instead? Do you have someone else you could reach out to? It just inflames me. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Oh, you sound so John McEnroe.
I'm so scared of AI. You know, artificial intelligence. This feels like artificial intelligence. You post something into me and I will post something back to you and it'll be okay for everyone. And I am seeing this bleeding with all my girls over the last year. There's such a change to way some of the young people respond to each other.
Nadia.
I know sorry.
No, it's okay. No. It's really interesting. It's really interesting that you say artificial intelligence, because when you were reading it out, I was thinking it's very robotic.
Yes.
There's no humanity to that exchange. And I think it may be a generational thing, but I wonder if it is also the fact that we play out so much of our lives now in public. You know, so that's, as you said, that's on social media and Facebook or whatever it is. So who is that for? It's like for the audience is the world. That's not an intimate situation between friends. I mean, if you and I were in a situation that we were in a state, and how over the years we've lost count of how many times, you know, it would be between us. It would not be for the world.
No, but I think
don't know why we're playing to the world now.
No, I think she's saying that's what you would say if a friend texted you and you didn't have space for them.
Yeah, but I don't think she is. I think she's trying to get an audience, because it's bonkers. It's not the way friendships work. It's not the way relationships work.
Brenda, can I ask you what you make of this?
I like to think of myself as a bit of an agony aunt, and instead of I don't want somebody to ask me permission. I will say, do you want to talk? Oh, are you okay? I'm kind of that person that puts that out. I've got a good ear.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of come from, there was an occasion where I had a really good friend and I didn't know that they were going through problems. I don't think anybody knew that they were going through problems. And unfortunately, they ended up taking their own life. And that left me with so much guilt, thinking, I wish I'd have asked that person if they were okay. And since that, I want to be that person that asks. I don't mind. I'll say if it's 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, whatever time, if you want to phone me, I'm always there at the end of the line. And I think more people just need to have a bit more compassion and not be, if you're a friend, you know, my grandmother always said friends are few and far between when you've got problems or you've got money problems or you've got troubles. And you really know who your real friends are at that time, that you can just call and say, it's not a problem. And if somebody phones me to say, oh, I want to talk to you about something, and I know I'm busy, then I will say, look, 5 minutes, and then I'll call you back. And I do call them back.
I think what's interesting is
because...
Sorry, go on, Kate.
Sorry, I was just going to say, Brenda, you're acting on instinct and emotion there, which is exactly the right thing to do. I mean, that thing that you read out, Nadia, is not about emotion and instinct. It's about going through some robotic intellectual process. And that's not what it's about. It's like we can't hug each other just now, can we? Sadly. But when we do hug people, it's an instinct. It's just something we do. It doesn't change anything, but it makes us feel better. You can't do that in a post that you want everyone to chat about.
But I'm worried that people are starting... We've got this language, and I do think in some situations it's good, because it's also good to be able to put boundaries in place and say, look, I'm a bit overwhelmed at the minute, can I call you later or whatever?
Yeah.
But I'm worried we've been given this language now that allows us to be selfish.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when somebody needs you and you're in a real state and can't give it, that's real humanity.
Yeah.
Like, I've got wishing the kids are crying, what do this? But yeah, I'm here for you for this minute. What is it? And I'm here for you, whatever.
I think the key to it all is that may be practical, it may even be correct in some instances, but friendships are inconvenient. You know, crises happen at inconvenient times, and true friendship puts everything down and helps because of exactly what Kay said, because of our humanity. That's the difference between us all, and a post.